Sexy, seductive, attractive, alluring. There's a lot of great words to describe the 10 fragrances that I have for you in this video today. As chosen by my wife, these are her favorite fragrances for me to wear whenever we go out to dinner, on the occasions to go out and have a drink, and so on. These are her favorites for that. Hopefully this will help some of you, so stay tuned. Starting with one that may surprise you. So it's sweet aquatic. It's a little bit of the Y DNA as well. It's a YSL Live Intense. Yep. She loves this stuff. I've worn this to several dinner dates. Most recently when we went to a steakhouse. We went to, actually no, it was Saltgrass. Yeah, it was Saltgrass, the most recent wearing. Stuff smells so good. Dare I say, better than Invictus. It's basically a combo of Invictus and Y. It smells really, really good. It's got an intoxicating, head-turning type of scent DNA profile. It's got just enough projection to really grab without being an overwhelming type of thing. It's not super loud. It does last a long time on the skin, at least for me it does. We're talking 8+ hours, which is way more than enough for an evening out. But scent profile is just something about it. She likes to sniff on me when I'm wearing it. That's her words. I like to sniff on you when you wear this one. That was what she said when she picked this one, because I gathered up all of the fragrances over the last 2 years that I typically wear to dinner or when we go somewhere together, and she picked her 10 favorites. And the first one she picked was this. This is in no particular order. This is just the order in which she picked the fragrances in. So if you haven't tried this one yet, you really should. It's apple, it's fruity, it's aquatic, it's got that sage blue fragrance type of smell. It's got a little bit of that salty ambergris. It's decent. I like it. I really like it. I just didn't realize how much she likes it. So get your nose on this one. Y Live Intense. This next fragrance in particular was of no surprise to me whatsoever. I completely agree. It's one of my favorite fragrances as well. It is Nishani Annie. This lovely amber vanilla combo. My favorite amber vanilla on the market. It's so creamy. It's got a little bit of a boozy feel, the way the benzoin comes off. There's a little bit of spice. This is an intoxicating scent at its finest. Intoxicating is the ultimate word to describe this one. It's got staying power. It's got projection. It's got a lovely sillage to captivate and want to pull someone in. This is another one that surprisingly she doesn't wear herself because it's very unisex. Ladies can absolutely wear this fragrance. And it's not one that she likes on her skin. She enjoys how this one smells coming off of me more. This is one of her favorites because on occasion, if I can't really decide what to wear between 2 or 3, I'll usually say, you tell me. She'll smell them and pick from there. And this one wins out pretty much every time it's one of the 2 or 3 I'm deciding between. Annie usually wins out in those situations. Like I said, if you like vanilla, it's probably the best vanilla out there. Obviously, that's a subjective answer, and that's my opinion. But if you try it, you might feel the same way. This is gorgeous, and this is absolutely one of my wife's favorite fragrances on my skin. Nishani Annie. Another one that was no surprise that she picked this one because this is actually what I wear to dinner the most. It's my favorite evening wear scent. Honestly, it is Lancome Dalome, Le Parfum. Yep, kind of the big boy version of Lancome Dalome, if you will. It doesn't have that super powdery smell that Lancome Dalome has. It replaces the cardamom with some black pepper and fruity notes to give that sweet and spicy appeal. A lot of lavender gives it this slightly soapy aromatic appeal. This is a more polished take on Lancome Dalome. It's been my favorite for a long time. She really likes when I wear this one. This is my go-to. This is usually going to be my default pick most of the time when we're going to dinner, but I try to make it a point to switch it up because I have so much great fragrances that I can wear on a date, and so many that she enjoys. It's just, this is a happy medium for both of us. It's never, anytime this one's in the mix, this one would end up being my pick, and she picks this one more times than not, unless Nishani Annie is in the mix, then she usually picks that one. But like I said, it's a more refined, more grown up and matured take on Lancome Dalome. It's not as powdery, it's not as overly sweet, but it still maintains that a similar sweet spice with a very bright aromatic approach to the scent DNA. Really, really good stuff. My favorite, like I said before, of the line. Get your nose on this one if you haven't yet. Lancome Dalome Le Parfum. Definitely the more intoxicating of the fragrances from the house of Zahara. My buddy Justin put it very well, because we had a question in a live not that long ago on his channel for the Royale X video, as a matter of fact, and somebody asked what would be the best Zahara fragrance for a date. For a first date, safe choice, Noir. Somebody you've been with for a while, maybe your girlfriend or your wife, go the route of Signature Rosé. This is actually my wife's favorite fragrance currently for herself. She has her own bottle, and it's funny because we usually don't coordinate with what we're going to wear, but it's usually pretty funny when we both wear it at the same time. Because I'll get a whiff when she walks by and be like, are you wearing rosé too? Or she'll do the same thing to me. Or she'll assume it's just her projecting that much. So that happens a lot. So ladies, if you're looking for a great masculine floral, this is the one. Very heavy on the incense. There's a variety of robust roses here. It's not too jammy. There's a lot of fresh, juicy, watery, not juicy, but fresh, watery type of Turkish rose here in the top. There's some Bulgarian rose as it starts to dry that has a little bit more of that thick, jammy appeal. With this gorgeous dark incense, there's a sweetness here. There's a warm, woody smell from the oud. It's beautiful. Like I said, it's my wife's current favorite for her to wear, and then she loves, I mean, either one of us. We love when either one of us are wearing it, because just because I'm not wearing it, if she is, I get to enjoy it if I walk behind her. Because once I realize she's wearing it, I'll make it a point to walk behind her so I can smell the sillage and the trail. And she does the same when she realizes I'm wearing it. This is a great couples fragrance. Not the beginner's evening fragrance, obviously. It's a bit more unique and different, but also amazingly mysterious and alluring. This is such a good scent. Get your nose on this one if you haven't yet. Zahara Signature Rosé. This next one I pretty much exclusively wear when we go to dinner. I don't wear it in any other situation. I never wear it casually. I never wear it to go anywhere without her. That being Garland, Loam, Ideal Eau de Parfum. I wear this one specifically evenings out with my wife because she enjoys it so much. The gorgeous cherry almond, a little bit of a leather feel. There's a little bit of spice in the background that comes in as it starts to dry, with a nice woody feel to support this light leathery note that it has in the background for the base. But it's a beautiful, beautiful, sexy cherry smell. It's not really a smoked cherry. That's more so the L'Intense flanker, which is actually my personal favorite. But I really deem this one just great for dinners, just like I would the L'Intense, but this is her favorite on me. So that's why when we go to dinner, I tend to wear this one from the line over my personal favorite, the L'Intense, which I actually just wore yesterday at the recording of this video. This is gorgeous, fellas. Just because it's dominated by cherry doesn't mean you can't wear it. This is a men's fragrance, though very, very unisex. I could see many ladies getting a lot of enjoyment out of this. Think cherry almond. It has this beautiful, creamy, slightly bitter almond note with this bright, like it's got a popping type of cherry where it's a little bit of a cherry juice smell. So it's very bright and rich. Like I said, it's attractive. It's a very, very attractive smell. Works well in summer evenings too, believe it or not. That's actually when I predominantly wear this one. Give it a try if you haven't. Garland, Loam, Ideal Eau de Parfum. One of my personal favorite fragrances. I think the versatility on this is almost unparalleled. I do like the Parfum a little bit more, but when it comes to evenings out, I think because of warmer weather situations, this one would do a little bit better. I used to wear this one to dinner when we lived in Texas on occasion, and I do wear it to dinner on occasion here, but it's more of a daily wear for me, honestly, but she does enjoy when I wear it to dinner. That's why she picked it. Danger Parfum Cologne from Raja Parfums. It has a grown man vibe to it. Not an old man vibe, a grown man vibe. There's nothing, you know, young man playful about this scent. It's an aromatic fougere at its finest. It's got citruses. It's got fresh greens. It's got some spiciness to those fresh greens. There's a lot of woods. There's a little bit of floral tone. There's a slight muskiness that starts to come in pretty early. This is a gorgeous fougere. Almost barbershop feel, but not quite. It's aromatic, but not too aromatic. The citrus here isn't too bright and in your face to make it a citrus dominant fragrance. Everything's kind of well balanced and plays its role accordingly to make a gorgeous blend that makes for one of the most versatile fragrances out there. On the luxury market, this is one of my favorite fragrances. Granted, I do prefer the scent profile a little bit more with the Parfum Cologne. I mean the original Parfum Pour Homme, but the Parfum Cologne is just that much more versatile because this is one that you can get away with wearing in the highest of heat. I've worn this one in the middle of Houston summer, no problem, as a daily wear, out to dinner in the middle of Houston summer. It's good stuff. I'm actually not surprised that she picked this one. Even though I personally don't like to wear it to dinner that often, it's not going to be one of my first choices. According to my wife and her taste, get a sample and try this one because your lady may feel the same way. Roger Parfum's Danger Parfum Cologne. Another one that's no surprise, we have another La Nuit Dalome flanker. Now this one is more for special evenings where we're certain there's going to be a nightcap involved, or maybe just for the nightcap portion of the date night. That being La Nuit Dalome L'Intense. This is heavy on the tonka bean, violet and iris. Not a heavy projection. This is an intimate fragrance. And in both our opinions, perfect for intimate situations. This stuff is great. This is a sexy fragrance. It's got a robust scent profile to it. It's thick and rich, but not loud. It's the come here type of scent profile. It's come closer. It begs that type of intimacy. This is that type of scent. It's the ultimate. We both agree. And I'm not surprised she picked this one. And I have no problem with two La Nuit Dalome flankers being in this video because they legitimately are both both of our personal favorites for evenings and intimate situations alike, completely. Obviously, one better for dinner, one better for intimate situations, this being the latter, but it's still a great dinner scent if you don't want that loud fragrance and you and your lady prefer a more masculine floral fragrance. This does have a little bit of that waxy quality of a Dior Homme line, but not really. Doesn't quite smell the same. It's more of a fantasy iris note than the earthy natural Florentine iris. It blends perfectly with this light tonka bean feel. It's not overly powdery, but it is a powdery fragrance. It has a sensual vibe to it. Beautiful. Never has gotten the kind of love myself and my wife both feel it deserves, because we both love it. Really, really sexy stuff is La Nuit Dalome L'Intense. Tried and true, it always works great for an evening out. Stronger With You from Emporio Armani. She loves it. I'm not surprised she picked this over Freeze because I haven't really been wearing Freeze to dinner. I usually wear this one to dinner. And it's the time of year that I do tend to wear this one a bit more. It's warm and spicy. It's a little dry. It's got this warm, dry chestnut feel to it. There's a little bit of sweetness here. Enough sweetness to where I wouldn't consider it a very sweet fragrance. I would consider this more of warm and spicy than I would of sweet. It definitely has both feels, but I think the balance is more on the warm and spicy side. That's why I personally like it more, and I think that's why she likes it more as well. She does enjoy a really sweet fragrance on me, but we both tend to really enjoy the spicier and floral tone scent profiles when it comes to evenings out, and this is that spicy tone for sure. Gorgeous, performs. You don't need a lot of sprays. This is a cuddly type of scent. This is pull her in close kind of thing. She'll love to smell you. That's what the line is all about. I mean, hell, it's called Stronger With You. You know, it's a very good scent. I would say at this stage maybe go the route of some of the flankers, but hey, chosen by my wife. Apparently you can't beat it. So you haven't gotten your nose on it apparently, According to my wife, you need to. Stronger with you. Emporio Armani. Boozy, bright, a little piney green, very different, yet very sexy at the same time. Kajal Perfumes, Warde. This is beautiful. Perfectly unisex, but very unique. Very unique. There's an absinthe note. There's a lot of black currant here. There's some piney green freshness. A dense woody nature. A little bit of a smoky vibe going to it. This is something special. This is the one fragrance from Kajal that when it comes to dinner time, if I want something that's kind of a showstopper, that's kind of just because it's so different, it's Warde. I would consider this a showstopper for sure, and she agrees. This stuff is special. It is the namesake for its own line, the Warde collection, and you can get discovery sets to try it for yourself. But if you're looking for a great evening wear scent that's super attractive to the ladies, especially my wife in particular, Kajal Warde, like I said, it's got some absinthe that gives us this lime, fresh, almost boozy feel. Black currant gives a little bit of a darker, tart fruitiness. There's a kind of a smoky, pine green, woody feel to it as it dries. It's lovely. It really is lovely, and it sticks to the skin. You don't need a lot of sprays. 4 or 5 sprays, more than enough for an intimate situation. Trust me, it's going to project pretty heavy at that point, and it's going to stick to your skin for like 10 hours. At least it does for me. Give this one a try. It's definitely something different, and it's going to make you stand out. Kajal Warde. Last but not least, no surprise here either, because she has told me many times I could just wear this every time. This and Nishani Annie are her 2 favorites. The 2 sexiest smells according to her. That being Parfums de Marly Sedley. Wonder how many of you saw that coming. Warmer weather, this is a great scent choice. And because she likes it like that so much, that's pretty much what I wear it for now. When we have warmer weather and we're going to dinner, I go this route. Most of the time, not every time. This and MY Dalome Parfum are going to be the 2 default choices in warmer weather. I don't wear this in the cooler weather. This time of year, I'm not really wearing this fragrance. I'm very seasonal with my stuff. But in the spring and summer, for evenings out, she loves it. This is, and I quote, one of the sexiest fragrances you have. End quote. It's a lovely fougere feel, citrus aromatic type of fragrance, very woody. It's got a little bit of ambroxan. There's some minty green freshness. It's a little creamy and aromatic. It's got a lot going for it. It's actually a moderately complex fragrance for as simple as you would think it is. The trail on this is magical. You can go anosmic to it. You'll think it's only 5 or 6 hours when 8 or 9 hours later, somebody may talk about how you smell. I thought I was only getting 5 to 6 hours during the testing phase for the review I did a while back. And I've been in situations where even 8 hours into the wearing, I've had somebody tell me they can smell me or pay me a compliment, or my wife tell me, ooh, you smell nice. 7, 8, 9 hours into the wear. So you never know when you're going to go anosmic and get olfactory fatigue. But like I said before, the direct quote from my wife is, this is the sexiest fragrance I have. She loves the way this stuff smells. Is every woman going to feel that way? Probably not. But my wife, according to her, Sedley's the way to go. So definitely get yourself a decant, try it out, see if your significant other feels the same, because it is a really good fragrance. It's definitely one of my favorites from Parfums de Marly. It has a lot more versatility than just wearing it out to dinner, but according to my wife, it's a staple for date night. Parfums de Marly, Sedley. Well, that's the 10 that I have for you today. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Like I said, this was chosen by my wife. I had no input on these outside of giving her. I pulled out all of the fragrances that I typically reach for when we go to dinner or go do something in the evenings. And a few surprised me that they got left out, but hey, it's her picks. Like I said, I had no input other than just providing what I normally wear. And I have to agree with a lot of these picks. We both feel the same way on a lot of these because they're kind of go-tos for me. And I know exactly why she enjoys them, and that's why I wear them in the first place, because if your significant other really enjoys certain fragrances and certain scent profiles when you're in intimate and, you know, more close encounter situations with them, why wouldn't you want to smell to their taste and their liking? You know what I mean? Until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the 10 that my wife picked out, you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking us both later. Have a good one, guys.